This video, I want to teach you 4 principle steps so that you can stand in your power, whatever question is coming your way. Imagine this, you're in a meeting and then suddenly somebody who you admire and who you want to build a better relationship with asks, have you read my paper? Your heart is jumping a beat. Shame is creeping in. You have to admit, I haven't read the paper. You feel small and you start to doubt yourself and you start to question, do I really belong in this room? Have you been in this situation? I have, and it's a situation we discussed in our recent Fearless and Abundance training. And I want to share these 4 principles or these 4 practical steps for you, because I don't want you to get stuck in such a situation. As leaders, we oftentimes end up in those moments where someone's ego challenges us, whether it's intentional or not intentional. But you would get a question about a book, about a project, or something else that you haven't done. But rather than feeling small, rather than feeling less than, rather than actually starting to feel like you have to excuse yourself, I want to help you stand in your power. What if you could stand tall with a smile and say, no, I haven't yet. What do you want me to prioritize? I read what's about a book. No, I haven't yet. But tell me about that masterpiece of your book. How would that feel? I want to share with you a story that I think you can relate to and illustrate how I navigated a very challenging conversation. But I feel actually very proud of this. And I hope you can find some inspiration so that you can stand in your power, disregard of how that other person shows up. There's 2 things I want you to remember, and that is hurt people. And also that when people come from a place of ego, they come from a place of wanting or needing to be seen and needed to be validated. So when they ask a question that doesn't set you up for success, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your worth. It has nothing to do with your abilities. It's all to do with them playing with their power. Before I share the story and the practical steps, this video is sponsored by our VIP day that is coming up in January. This VIP day is a Leadership Blueprint VIP day, and it's for a few people who are ready to make 2025 the best year ever. We're gonna dive in on what you really want to achieve. We're gonna talk about your personal leadership. What is that right now? How is that working for you? What is not working for you? And how do you want to show up as that trusted advisor that you can stand in whatever storm is coming your way? That is what the VIP day is all about. Our waitlist is open now, and we actually have a pre-call coming up. So if you're curious about this VIP day, whether it could be for you, or you just really want to be in room with some amazing other people, men and women who are ready to take their life and their career to the next level, make sure that you join the waitlist and get notified when we are hosting the pre-call and open the doors for our VIP day. The VIP day will shift your game when you lean in and have an open mind. So I can't wait to have you there. Okay, let me tell a story. Some time ago, I was in a meeting, and halfway through, the host, who I really admired, but who was new to me, asked a really interesting question. Who in this room has not read my book? I found that was a really interesting question. So he must assume that more people have not read the book. That was where I was coming from. I was for sure a new girl on the block, and he knew that. I knew only one other individual in the room. The other ones I didn't know, so I was thinking maybe they knew as me. I vulnerably, because that's about being a fearless leader, I vulnerably and with a happy smile, I was so excited to be there, raised my hand and say, I haven't read your book. But here was an interesting reaction. He said, or responded, I've never been in a room before where there was someone who had never read my book. And I found that's really, really interesting. Had it been the old version of me, I would have feeling shame creeping in. And I just couldn't believe that I was in this room, and I would feel that I didn't belong in this room. But I had actually invested a lot of money to be in this room, and I knew for sure that I was worthy to be in this room. I did ask the gentleman next to me, was it a prerequisite to have read the book to be in this room? He said no. And the funny thing was also that then his wife said, actually, I haven't read the book either. So it's kind of cracked the ice. It was breaking the ice. But I'm sharing this story because it was something we talked about in our fearless and abundance. And one of the students in the room mentioned that because of this woman who showed up from a place of ego, made him feel less than. And that hurt he carried for years. I don't want you to carry hurt, because we don't want to carry other people's lower level energy. So what to do when next time you get a really challenging question, so you can stand in the storm and be that leader that is just there, being abundance, responding with an open mind, and smile and hold the room and the space for other people who really need being seen, right? Here's what you want to do. Practical step number 1. The first thing you want to do is to center. You get to pause and reflect and don't react. If you react, you're letting your emotions control you, and then you're giving away your power. That I do not want you to do. So pause. How I did it in the beginning was, now I feel like being triggered. Just give me 2 minutes and I would leave the meeting room. And the more I practice this muscle, the more reps I put in, the better I am. I'm just centering. I said, just give me a few minutes. So just give me a few seconds and I'll recenter. So remember to center, to reset, and be so present. Come from your highest version of yourself, that woman you admire and love each and every day. That's how you want to show up as, because then you're an overflow of energy, an overflow of abundance, right? And that just really pull people to you. The other one where like you just push people away. And we don't want to push people away. So we want to hold the room for people. And then when we get this very interesting question, we don't have an answer, and many leaders feel that they need to have an answer. That's not the right way to come from, or that's not the right perspective to have. If you want to take your leadership to the next level, it's not about having the answers. It's about being so curious about what's going on in that room and what the person is really thinking and why he's asking that question. So you come from a place of curiosity and you respond with curiosity. That's your practical step number 2. Practical step number 3 is really to detach yourself from anyone, personal life or professional life. Detached from people who come from a lower level of energy, who come from ego. You get to learn to practice that. Don't let their negativity be your negativity. And oftentimes, if people are negative, sometimes we feel less victimized, and then we feel less than, or we actually combat. But don't do that. So detach as soon as you can. Just hold the space for people, but don't let their negative energy be your energy. And then start loving yourself. Really, that's practical step number 4. Honor yourself and tell yourself that I'm worthy enough to be in this room, because you are worthy enough to be in this room. And when you come from that place of abundance, you're fearless, you know your wisdom, you know that you have something good to bring, then you're here to give. You're not there to take. And that will shift the conversation. So next time you're in a meeting and when someone tries to catch you off guard, remember to reset. You smile. Be there be so present, maybe feel your sensations, let your sensation pass, and respond with curiosity and grace. See that person for who she or he is. Do not judge, because then you allow yourself to be triggered. And most importantly, stay rooted in your unshakable truth that you do belong in that room, because you do, just as who you are. So if you are ready to lead with fearlessness and abundance and confidence and in a kind way, if you're ready to lead with fearlessness, so if you are ready to lead with this kind of confidence every day, I invite you to join our Leadership Blueprint VIP Day. This personalized experience, and it's only for a few people, is designed to help you navigate these situations and will help you. If you're ready to lead with this kind of confidence, I invite you to join our Leadership Blueprint VIP Day. This personalized experience is designed to help you navigate moments like this, where you can reclaim power, where you can grow your personal brand, where you can allow to flow and operate an overflow of energy and joy and happiness, and learn to hold the space for other people. It's about also understanding what you want to do differently. If you're ready to lead with this kind of confidence, I invite you to join our Leadership Blueprint VIP Day. This personalized experience is designed to help you navigate moments like these, where you can stand in your power, overflow of energy, hold the space for other people, at the same time elevate your personal brand and take your career and your life to the next level. If this is you, if you want to join our pre-call, make sure that you join our waitlist. The link is just below. With this, thank you for staying with me to the end. I love you and I appreciate you. Make sure that you drop your comment, what stood out for you, what other topics you want me to address. I love you. See you.